Welcome back to the Atlas Masterclass. Today we're making a chicken bulgogi with ginger sauce. So what we've got in front of us, we've got our beautiful lettuce, which we'll use as sort of lettuce cups as we make the dish. Then we've got some chicken, some honey, some sesame seeds, so you can toast these if you like as well, just in a dry pan, toasting them off to get some colour on them. We'll add a bit more flavour. Then you've got some Japanese rice, you've got some sesame oil, you've also got some light soy, and then we've got some radish, some apple, some cucumber, spring onion, and then for our sauce we've got our garlic and also our ginger. So we'll start by getting all the vegetables ready. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get the cucumber, and I'm using a mandolin, but you can always just use a knife if you don't have one of these. They are a bit more, you might not have this tool, but essentially I'm going to cut this into just little circles. And everything in this dish, it's all about just having nice, evenly cut different products, which will be really nice to eat in these little lettuce cups. So that's cucumber done. Then next I've got the radish, so I've given these a wash. I just take the bottom off the radish, and I've got this nice grater here that cuts them into little lengths, but you can definitely use a box grater for this if that's what you've got at home, or alternatively even just finely chop them by hand. But I'm just running them across this, and you can see those little matchstick style pieces. They look really, really nice, and they eat so well. It's worth probably investing in one of these if you don't already have one. All right, that like that. Next, we'll just get our lettuce washed. So I'm just going to cut the bottom off, breaking it, trying to keep them in nice whole pieces. I'm going to put them in this water, and then as I'm doing it, just cut the bottom off again, just to really go through it. That there just needs a nice sort of soak for a few minutes. Just keep it really nice and hydrated and nice and fresh. So for the apple, we've got half here, which I'll use to cut, and then half I'll use for the sauce. So just to chop it, I slice it up like so, into nice wedges. You might want to do this last just so it doesn't discolour, but it should be okay. It's not going to take too long to prepare this dish. And the other half, we're going to peel it. Oops. And then grate it. So I'll get another mandolin. And then to grate these, and we do want it nice and fine as well from here, so I'll just give it a little chop as well. So traditionally they would use a nashi pear, but we've just got the same sort of flavour using an apple, nice, Aussie ingredient. And then last, we've got our ginger. So I just take the outside off. And then grate this. And I'm going to do the same with the garlic clove. Now the garlic, so you can see that ginger, just grate it really finely. If you don't have one of these, just using your knife, really run your knife through it though. It is important. The thinner and finer you get it like this, the better it will be. Just taking that off like so. Let's leave that off to the side. And last, the spring onion, just chopping that up into small rounds. And now cleaning up and getting ready to make our sauce. So now we add the light soy into this bowl, all the ginger and garlic, sesame oil, also our honey, and our apple. Give it a really good mix. So now I'm going to boil our rice. So boil this for 8 minutes, or alternatively, you can actually just cook it in the rice cooker. Then I'm going to take half this sauce out, and I'm going to reserve, so use that for the chicken. And then the other half, I'm going to put some spring onion inside there. If you've got a bit left over for the garnish after, you can use that. And that's going to be our lovely dipping sauce at the end. And now, with the chicken, just want to slice that up, nice and thin. We're going to cook this super quickly on a really hot grill pan. So if you want to use a barbecue, it's the perfect time to do so. Or if you only have a fry pan, just make sure you get it really nice and hot. That's the sort of the trick to the dish. And now just slicing it all up. Give that a really good mix. Let that marinate for a minute or two while you get your pan and everything organised. And then we'll be ready to cook that off. So now we're going to cook up our chicken. So it's been marinating. We'll just go straight onto the pan. And just trying to keep it nice and flat while it's on there and not overcrowding it. So if you need to do it in stages, you can do that. If you've got a grill pan that keeps its heat, feel free to cook it all at once. So that's great, that's all cooking. And in the meantime, we're just going to get all our nice pieces of lettuce out of the water. Just letting them upside down just to any of the liquid to any of the water to fall off. If you want to put them in a salad spinner, you can too. But you want to be trying to get as much water as possible off. And leaving those there. And now, just checking the chicken. Once it comes away from the pan without actually shredding, that's when you know it's ready. So you just don't need to move it around too much, just let it cook. Then the rice will be about another 3 minutes or so. Now it's time to take our rice off, so it's all cooked through. Just leaving that to the side. And then we'll start to put this lettuce, so finding the best nice pieces of it, putting it on the side like so. And then we're going to check our chicken. So chicken's almost there, so you can see it comes away really easily from the grill plate now. Oops. I'm just going to cook it till it's all cooked through, got a nice bit of colour on it, and then we'll be ready to just put that straight on the plate and serve the dish. So now what we're going to do is scooping out our rice into a bowl, making it nice and flat, putting it on a plate, flipping it over, and just cover that with some sesame seeds. I'm going to put a little bit of sesame on top of the rest of the dish as well, and a little bit on the chicken. And now we just want to make sure this is all cooked through, got a nice bit of colour, really cooked nicely. You can smell it, smells delicious. You'll be able to get that sesame flavour. All of it's just grilled really, really nicely. I bring the dish over and just straight from the grill, Korean barbecue style, onto our plate. And then of course, just finishing with some sesame seeds on top of the chicken. And that there is our chicken bulgogi with some radish, cucumber and a ginger sauce.